What is up, YouTube? It is Friday, November 7th. I'm Sean Fox at PlayStation News Now with your news, rumors, and everything PlayStation. In all the hype of the upcoming PlayStation 4 release of Grand Theft Auto 5, some of the little details may have slipped under the radar. Yes, we all know by now the game is set to feature super enhanced visuals, full first-person mode, and a whopping extra 150 music tracks for the game's radio stations. But did you know? I briefly touched on some of this in a prior video, but a ton of new information has come to light. So if you didn't know by now, the PlayStation 4 version of Grand Theft Auto 5 makes creative use of the DualShock 4's light bar. In addition to flashing red and blue when you're being chased by the cops, you can also touch the PlayStation 4's touchpad to quickly switch between first and third person modes. There'll also be more options regarding controls. So when the game's in first person mode and when it switches back to third, you can have it so that shooting is always in first person, but it snaps back to third person when you're in cover, for example. The PlayStation 4 version will run natively at 1080p and 30 frames per second. Every vehicle will have their own unique interiors, completely reworked to take advantage of first-person view, and every single dial on vehicles, dashboards, aircraft, boats, etc. absolutely works. Now, police radio chatter and phone calls can now be heard via the DualShock 4's internal speaker, and swiping the touch panel now easily changes weapon selection and radio stations. The character creation tools have been greatly improved. Gone is the family DNA generation of character creation and comes in a new enhanced version. And get this, all characters that are transferred over from last gen will benefit from this new tool. So no more generic GTA 5 characters running around the map. Also, Los Santos is now filled with different animals. New to GTA 5 are cats, new dog breeds, raccoons, birds, whales, dolphins, new types of sharks, and many other mammals that are yet to be discovered. There'll be literally thousands of new first-person animations for reloading weapons, parachuting, and a ton of other activities. The phone is now a 3D object, with the selfie mode even more realistic than before. You can create first-person only missions in GTA Online, and heists, yes, heists, will be with both last gen and current gen versions shortly after the PlayStation 4 release. There'll be completely new pedestrian chatter to accompany the hundreds of new songs and radio shows, with new dialogue recorded by the radio show's hosts. There'll be new weapons to wield, such as the new railgun, and you'll be able to clearly see bullet holes in your own body in first person mode and the traditional third person mode. And finally, there'll be additional story branches added to the game's already awesome single player mode, just to spice things up a little and keep things fresh for those returning from the older gen versions of the game. Now, if you were unsure about repurchasing the current gen version, do all these additions tempt you into picking up the PlayStation 4 version? Let me know in the comment section and let me know what you're most looking forward to. GTA 5 launches worldwide this November 18th, and a specific PlayStation 4 bundle will be made available in the US and EU and other regions. CD Projekt Red recently revealed its DLC plans for The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt. According to the company, the new Witcher game will receive 16 DLCs. Now, I can almost see your faces frowning at that, but really we can all smile about this, because all this new content will be available to everyone completely free of charge. You heard that right, CD Projekt Red will be releasing 16 free DLCs for those who purchased the game, obviously on PlayStation 4, PC and Xbox One. The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt releases early next year on February the 24th. Infamous Second Son and spin-off game First Light developer Sucker Punch are working on an unannounced game. All that's currently known about the mysterious new title is that it will be open world with diverse characters. There's been some indication that Sucker Punch is currently working on a new project, and a new career opportunity ad has been spotted seeking a narrative designer was recently published by the developer. As always, PlayStation News Now will be reporting new details as and when they become available, so stay tuned. And it's great news for publisher of Tomb Raider and much anticipated Final Fantasy XV, Square Enix managed to more than double its revenue and profit year on year. Square Enix announced their financial results for the 6-month period ending September. Overall, the Japanese publisher posted revenue of 73 billion yen, which is approximately $637 million US, compared to 61 billion which is $537 million generated by the game giant last year. Now, profit more than doubled, rising from the 2.6 billion yen to last year to 5.7 billion yen this year. Whether this translates into the company taking more risks with new IP remains to be seen, but shareholders must be happy with the result. The company has increased its forecast for the next fiscal year following its strong performance. So, are you still experiencing PlayStation 4 issues such as disk drive auto-eject, persistent beeping sounds and random PlayStation 4 shutdowns? Well, although firmware update 2.0 and 2.01 did not quell those issues, Sony are working on update 2.02 that should hopefully solve those problems. The latest firmware update 2.02 could be released either prior to the holidays or shortly after. Now, if only they allowed closed public testing like Microsoft do with their Xbox One updates, maybe there'd be less problems. We'll of course bring you an update, no pun intended, as soon as one becomes available. Keep it locked to PlayStation News Now. And moving on, so the old myth regarding video games bringing the worst out in people can now be laid to rest. A new study by a Stetson University researcher tells us what we already knew. Violent video games do not lead to an increase in violent crime. The welcome research shows no link between video game violence and real-world violence, so that puts that baby to bed. And for me in particular, the sad news that long-running game site and YouTube channel Revision 3, or Revision 3 or Rev 3, however you know it, is more widely known, are shutting down operations. Rev 3 game journalists and personalities such as Adam Sessler and Max Schofield both left the company some time ago. Tara Long has said her goodbyes in a heartfelt message video, which fans can view on the Revision 3 channel on YouTube. I myself am a huge fan of Rev 3, but the channel had lost its way over the past year. We wish Tara, Nick and the entire crew of Revision 3, excuse me, I'm a bit tongue-tied, we wish them the best in the future, and I personally hope to see Tara back to doing what she does best very soon. Perhaps she'll join Max over at Destructoid. Okay, we're quickly running out of time, so as per usual, here are our weekly new subscriber shoutouts. Now, if your name isn't called, I'll catch you next time. Do remember to allow your name to be seen on the subscriber list if you want to shout out, and forgive the pronunciations. So in no particular order, shout out to Carol Kirsty Wilson, Fernando Rivera, Moving Targets 98, Roddy Fraser, Larry Williams, is it Kato C? I hope I got that right. Final Fantasy X or FF10 178, David Holmutz, Nathan Jones, Aaron Sim, Virtual Goon, Mike Sensov, Lee Ryder, Michael S, Rabbitman08, DeMarco Welton, Ricky Flames, Andy Nego Tran, Raja Raghubir, King Brown, Frank Keskik, Michael Leslie, and finally Chase M. Thank you all so much for supporting the channel. You're all freaking awesome. And that's the end of today's video. Leave a comment, example things you'd like me to do in the future, or whatever. Hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber but you like what I do, basically news, rumors, gameplay videos, reviews, topical discussion, and whatever takes my mind at the time. Yeah, if you like that kind of stuff, bit off the wall, and love gaming on PlayStation, like and subscribe for a whole lot more. And lastly, follow us on Twitter, hashtag PlayStation News Now. Right, I'm off to spend some quality time with friends and family. You will be sure to have an awesome weekend. And until next time, thanks for watching.